Okay guys, so I am going to do this look for you today, and my thinking was that this would be a great bridal look. The eye is very neutral, it's not anything crazy, but as you can see it really enhances your natural features. So I thought that I could teach those of you who maybe wanted to do their own makeup for their wedding, or maybe if you're doing your makeup on a friend, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks to get your makeup to look really great and to last. And I'm going to feature Steelo Cosmetics today. You've seen me talk about them a few videos back, and I wanted to do another video with their products just so you could see how great they are. And I didn't want to just like push this into the back of my kit. I want to keep on using it because I really do love this brand. So let's get started. I'm going to do the eyes first and then move to the rest of the face. And I like to do the eyes first just in case like there is a little bit of fallout. You don't have to worry about it getting everywhere. So I'm going to start off with the Steelo Cosmetics eyeshadow base in medium. And this is one of my favorite products from Steelo. I use it every single time I do makeup now. And this is going to prime your lids so that your shadow really pops and so that it lasts all day through the wedding and through the reception and all the pictures. Okay, so my lid's primed. Now I'm going to take a neutral all over lid color. This one is called Matte Beige. It's very similar to MAC's eyeshadow Vanilla. And I'm going to just put this all over the lid. This is going to make a really good base color. It's going to brighten up your lid as well. Now I am going to take a nice neutral brown. This is called Coffee, like a medium brown. And then I'm going to get a blender brush. This is a Steelo Chisel Crease brush, and getting a little bit of brown and tapping off the excess because you don't want a lot of shadow on this. This is just very neutral looking. And then I'm going to go into the crease a little bit above because my eyes are small, so I tend to bring the color up. And then I'm going into this outer V section as well. So I'm getting a nice even wash of color. And by putting this brown here, I'm defining my crease and opening up my eye without it looking too bold. Okay. And then you can even take a little bit more of the matte beige lid color and get some, and you can blend it a little bit above the brown so that they fade, these two colors fade together. Now for the lid color, the actual lid color, I am going to take a pigment, a mineral eye shimmer called Champagne Ice, and it's really pretty. It reminds me of All That Glitters eyeshadow from MAC, and here it is swatched. Really shiny and great, and I like to keep the shine on this part of your eye because it will reflect and make your eye look bigger. I don't like it too much up here for a wedding just because it can kind of bounce off weird with the lighting. But I'm going to take some of this, put it into the lid, and now I'm going to pat the color onto my lid, and this patting will get the most color on, and it will also prevent a lot of fallout. You can bring this kind of into the tear duct. So you're getting it all over your lid, and just keep packing that color on. If you really want this to be super vibrant, you could always apply this mineral eye shimmer with a wet brush, a damp brush, and it's going to make it even pop more. This is also a good dupe for MAC Jardin Airs pigment, which I really like. Okay, so here it is here. I'm going to go back with a little bit more brown in the crease in the outer V. Now to add a little bit more definition, I'm going to go right here into the inner part of my outer V, and I'm going to get a darker color to kind of add more depth. And I'm using Bella eyeshadow, which is kind of like a plummy brown. It's not too dark, but it gives me just enough kind of contrast. And I'm getting this Steelo pencil brush, kind of like the MAC 219. And now I'm just going to get it right inside, and I'm using really light motions because I want this to blend well. I'm kind of getting it into the crease a little bit. Just kind of adding a little bit more definition. You want to leave the lid this color, you want to leave that shiny because that will keep your eyes open. And I'm just kind of cleaning out up the outer V and really focusing on the color right in here. See that? See how your lids just, your eyes kind of is defined? Take a Q-tip and clean up the edges. Get a little more highlight color to fix everything. Because you want the brow bone to really pop. And then maybe go ahead and get more of that mineral eye shimmer. Just kind of reapply the colors as needed to match the other eye, as well as to maintain the color vibrancy. So it's like I went over the eye once and I'm going back over one more time with the same colors. I'm going to take some eyeshadow on the bottom as well. I'm going to take the coffee, again the brown, and a little bit of this Bella Plumish color, mixing the two together with my MAC 266, like an angled brush. And I'm bringing the color onto my lower lash line. Just the outer half. I'm going to wipe off my brush and I'm going to get the matte beige highlight color and I'm going to do the inside part because I want to keep that nice and bright. Okay. So now I'm going to line my eyes. I'm going to use the Steelo Black Kohl Liner. And I would recommend using a color stay kind of liner and setting it with black eyeshadow on top if you really want this liner to last. So I'm getting a not too dramatic, but I still want it to show. So I'm going lighter than I usually do with liner, but I'm still winging it out just a little bit because I think that the little wing really kind of gives your eye more of a doe shape and it really opens it up. And then you can go ahead and tight line as well, which is getting in between the lashes. This is going to make your lash base look thicker. Okay. And then I'm going to get a little bit of the liner just on the outer little portion of the waterline. Only like the outer third. Just to kind of give it a little more definition, but I'm not closing off the entire eye. I'm going to get a little bit more color onto my outer part of the lower lash line, just to kind of give it a little bit of drama. Now for the eyebrows, I'm going to take the Steelo Brow Liner in Earth Brown. Make sure it's nice and sharp because you want it to get really precise. And I'm going to outline my eyebrows. This is how I do my brows. I outline the top part first, and then I'm going to fill out the little tail. And then to make it more natural, I go back with the brown shadow. This is such a multi-purpose shadow, coffee. And I'm cleaning off the angle brush again. And now I'm going to fill in my brow. And I'm going to blend in the outline as well. And the powder helps to set this brow pencil. And it also looks really good and natural. Okay, so the brows are done. Next, I am going to pop on a pair of lashes. I'm using Ardell 120 Demis, and I really like these because they're very flirty and wispy, and they're not too harsh, but they definitely make such a difference with your eyes. Lashes are amazing in weddings and in pictures. I definitely recommend it. And I'm going to use my Duo Lash Adhesive in dark because I feel like since it dries matte, it blends a little bit better with your lashes than the clear glue, which dries shiny. So I'm going to pop these on really quick and be right back. Okay, so my eyes are done, and as you can see, I have the lashes on, and it's just very natural, but when you look at it in person, you'll still be able to see the shimmer on the eyes, and in pictures it will also look well, but it won't look like crazy, you know, it's still your natural look, but just enhanced. So now that the eyes are done, I'm going to move on to the face. First, I have my moisturizer on, and then I'm going to add a primer. I'm going to use this Steelo Retexturizing Face Primer. And face primer is really important to make your makeup stay at your wedding because it's really going to give the foundation something to adhere to. It's going to fill in wrinkles and dots. It's going to be a barrier between your skin and your foundation so that way oils don't penetrate and make you greasy. So this Steelo primer has SPF in it, and just wanted to make you aware, sometimes at weddings you might want to avoid SPF because it can kind of photograph white, but I'm going to use this for the purpose of this tutorial because it's still a really great everyday use product, and it's going to make my face super silky and nice. It has a really nice texture, really silky. So I had the primer on. While you're still doing makeup, make sure to moisturize your lips. Like I'm using my good old Aquaphor, and I'm putting that on now so that way it has time to penetrate my lips and get them soft by the time I get to my lips. So next I'm going to use an under eye corrector. I'm using my Eve Pearl Salmon Concealer in Medium just to kind of conceal the dark circles before I do foundation. And on myself, I just like to pat it with my ring finger, gently. You don't need a lot at all, because a little goes a long way. Be careful not to bring it up too high and mess up your eyeshadow. And now I'm going to use actually Steelo's Mineral Foundation, which I really like. I am using shade MD15. And what I do is get some into the cap, and then I'm going to buff it in using the Steelo flat buffer brush. But to really make your foundation high coverage, a good trick with mineral makeup is to wet your brush, and then it's going to apply your foundation heavier. So you're going to want good coverage because pictures are going to capture every little detail. So I'm taking my brush and I'm getting a little bit of Fix Plus on here, and I am putting my brush into the lid, and now I'm just buffing it in. Okay, now I'm going to buff this into my skin. So I have the foundation buffed in. I went all around. Make sure to blend it into your hair and definitely down into your neck so that way you're still one color all over. And now I'm going to move to the cheeks. I am going to take Steelo's blush in Cafe Rose because you're going to want blush because it's really going to warm up your skin and make you look nice and rosy, bride look. I'm using my Steelo little blush brush, and I'm getting it on. And I'm going to actually use this kind of as a contour color as well by kind of bringing it from my cheekbone up into my temple. And then a little bit onto here. And this is like, doing it like this is going to contour your cheeks. See how it looks like there's a little indent here now? Really blend out the edges too, so it looks more natural. You can put this blush on a little bit on your chin and your forehead and your nose to also give your face some color. And now I'm going to take a little bit of the shimmer, just a teeny bit, because you don't want to be glitter face in your pictures, but I'm taking a tiny bit and I'm putting it just a little bit on to my cheekbones. And this is the Body Shimmer and Fairy. It's like one of my favorite products. If you're worried about shine, you can skip this step because glitter might make you look shinier. I just love this product so much. And it's very fine particles, so it's not going to give you too much shine. And then you can take the same body shimmer and you can put it here, blend it in so that way you have like shining skin all over as a bride, because probably your arms are going to show with all the spaghetti strap wedding dresses and whatnot. So you can put the shimmer all over. And I like to touch it up. I like to kind of set the whole face when I'm done with a little bit of setting powder. This is Flawless Coverage Translucent Mattifying Powder. So not only is it going to kind of just blend everything in and set it one more time, but it's going to give you a nice matte finish. And it's very silky texture. It reminds me a lot of Makeup Forever's HD powder. So I'm just going to get a little bit on this fluffy Steelo brush. And I'm just going to put it all over. This is going all over just to kind of set everything. So that's pretty much to the face. If you want to touch up anything you can, like if you feel like you want a little bit more blush, give yourself more blush. If you want more eyeshadow, add it. It's all, it depends on you and how much you want, and it helps to also take a picture on your camera to see how it looks on film too, if you really want to see how your makeup translates both in person and film, and then you can kind of correct it that way too. So last is my lips. My Aquaphor has done the job. I'm just going to blot it just a little bit because I don't want it to be, you don't want your lips to be too slick because it's going to prevent the lip color from staying. So for the lips, I'm going to go for something pretty neutral. I'm going to take Sand Lip Liner, and it's a great nudie pink kind of color. And I'm just going to go and line the outside. And after I line it, I'm going to fill it in completely. Lining your lips with pencil really makes the lip color really stay, and filling them in, it's going to stay even longer than lipstick. And make sure your lips are moisturized and that you exfoliate your lips so there are no dry pieces getting in the way. So it's like a pink neutral color. And then after that you can add your gloss, and it's going to give you like a pouty look. I'm using Crush, which is a really pretty shimmery pinky coral color. I'm using my Steelo lip brush. And if you want, you can put the gloss just in the center like this, and it's going to give you a wider lip look, and that way you won't be too glossy. Or you can just do the whole thing. I'm just going to do the whole thing. Like that. And that's pretty much the final look. Last step is to take some kind of setting spray, and this is what's going to take your makeup through the whole day. And this is the Steelo Perfect Finish Setting Spray, and it's vitamin enriched. It's going to nourish the skin and set makeup. And it has really cool ingredients like cucumber, chamomile, green tea, and all of that. And what you do is you hold the bottle 12 inches away from your face, and you spray it evenly over the face and neck. You can also use this before makeup to moisturize your skin. It's very similar to Fix Plus. So what I'm going to do is take it, hold it back like 12 inches like they said, and I'm going to cover my lips because I don't want this on my lips, and I'm going to spray. And it's very wet right now, so just fan it until it dries. I always fan my clients with my hand mirror. So I'm just going to let this dry really quick. And this is the final look. I hope you guys liked it. Stay tuned because I plan on doing more bridal looks. Different color schemes, some more dramatic than others, so that way you get a different dose of different looks you could do. Thanks for watching, and check out SteeloCosmetics.com for these products. Check out makeupbyRenren.com for a full entry with pictures. And until next time, have a great night. Ciao, Bellas.